Do I feel lucky? Yeah, I do. Very much so. Because this is the very first Model 29 I ever bought. And I still have it. And considering that most of everything I sell off, I've kept this. And all these years I have kept it. And you know what? I'm going to continue to keep it because it's got a lot of sentimental value for me. And I actually worked on the lockup and replaced the lockup latch right there. So it locks up pretty tight compared to when I first had bought it and had it and everything. Of course, the original grips that is very oil soaked and everything, so they're pretty dark on that matter. But anyway, yeah, it all starts really with that movie right there. Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. What was this, 1971? Look at that old tape there. But I brought that out because you know what, you can't talk about this gun without mentioning that movie. Of course, we all know, you know, thanks to good old Elmer Keith and everything and the history behind all that, where Elmer Keith had gotten with Remington, and then Remington said, well, you go to Smith, and if they'll build the gun, we'll make that cartridge. And, you know, the rest is history. 1955 comes out, and we have what was known then, or what is known now, is the Model 29. Back then, it was not called the Model 29. It was I don't think they made model numbers back then. I could be mistaken. But there's some different variations. Screws, I think there's like, what, a 5 screw or something like that. If you had like an original like -1 or something, or like an original 1955 model, it would definitely differ. You know, of course, this is a later model with -3 and everything. It doesn't have the pin barrel or countersunk cylinders or anything like that. But it does not have the key lock or anything. So, but yeah, that's my very first one. And then kind of moving on down the line, I got myself a -2, which if you're a fan of the movie Dirty Harry and everything, a -2 is kind of, that's the Dirty Harry gun really, because that's ultimately what they had in the film. And of course, a lot of people ask me which one's my favorite. Well, Magnum Force, because I think Magnum Force by then they knew that this thing was just as much of a star as Eastwood is. So, but yeah, but this one here, the pin barrel and countersunk cylinder, a true 6.5 inch on the barrel length right there. Beautiful wood grips and a true 44 Magnum right there. That's what it's all about. Orange insert, you know, on the front sight and everything. Look at that sucker. That is a beauty. Well, of course, you know, me just having an obsession, the only thing better than having one -2 is having another one, and I picked up that one much later. And I couldn't turn it down. It's the same gun really, but the price was just to die for. And I just, again, it was like, you know what, I feel lucky and I'm going to grab that one too. But yeah, I kind of gotten to be a Model 29 glutton. I just had to pick it up. So there it is. It's the second one I got with the -2 model. And that bluing, of course, is just hard to beat that. It really is. Look at that. Hardly any wear on that ejector rod and everything. Locks up tight. Hardly any you know, turn ring on it. Although I shoot these, I don't. They don't just stay locked away in a safe and, you know, never see the daylight or anything like that. I take them out and I enjoy them. The other one would be in question would be an 8 3/8. This one's an interesting one. I've had this one for years. I've shot a lot of stuff with it. It's got some grease and everything still attached to it. Shows you how much I take this one out of the safe, which is sad. But look at that barrel. 8 3/8, -3. Got the original wood grips. Got to show the grips because I know Joe's watching. Joe likes the grips. Yes. Beautiful grips. Slightly different. You can see they added that cutout for the speed loaders, I believe, rather than the these ones here. They've kind of got that thumb wedge there. But the 8 3/8, I've always said it's interesting because the 8 3/8 is actually seen on the cover of the Deadpool. There it is. You can tell. Look at that. Quite a barrel on it. And actually, you can see the grips are the same too. on that one. But yeah, there it is. Look at that. But you can see it just out. Look at that. So, and then also the cool thing too is if you like the movie Taxi Driver, that's in that movie as well. The 8 3/8" barrel, and they do that awesome pan scene where you just see the barrel like that. It goes on and on and on. But yeah, again, you know, this one's not a pin and recess or anything. It's a model. It's a -3, so it's not going to have all that. But it's been very loyal to me, and I've had it for a number of years and been enjoying it. And I just can't help but when I see Model 29s, I just gravitate towards them. I'm like, how much, how much? And if they're not an insane price, as they are getting, they are pretty like expensive now. I must say I have been very lucky that have never all of these right here that I've shown you have not paid over $1,000 for. It's pretty, you know, but now of course they've gone up there. Now, however, this one here, I'm going to show you the last one before we wrap it up. This one here is expensive, and I did pay a pretty penny for that one. And that's known as a Lou Horton, and I've actually ended up I had this down for sale at a friend's shop, but I ended up taking it back and putting it back in the collection. Mainly because I just, you know what, I thought about it and I said I don't think I can let it go for anything less money-wise and everything. So, but yeah, this is a Lou Horton. I think it's like a 3-inch barrel. I want to say it's a 3. And look at those grips. Again, really cool. Believe they call it like a combat grip or something. But it is a end frame, Model 29, obviously end frame, but round butt instead of the square, and you can see the finger grooves. Those grips alone are very expensive, very, very expensive. And of course, you know, a 6-shot 44 mag, just really cool stuff, awesome stuff. Hard to find, very hard to find these type of revolvers right here. That's a difficult one to find. It's truly amazing in 44 Special. You shoot that in 44 Special, it's quite a range toy. It's really fun. But of course you can also throw the magnums in there and really set you back a little bit. But you know what? I mean, I fired magnums through a lot of them. I had an old stainless one like that was just pretty much the same configuration. In fact, it's kind of how I ended up with this. Was I ended up buying this and then selling the stainless one, really, because I figured, well, you know what, I'll let that one go. And but you know, that one was still a more of a modern one. If it had been a vintage one, I probably would have maybe kept it. I don't know, but I did have it for a number of years, but I ended up selling it. But these are the ones that are left that I haven't sold off. But yeah, there it is. My Model 29 collection. I do like the gun. You know, like I said, obviously like it, but now once I kind of got to shooting them and I found it, you know what, you shoot 44 Special in these things, it's really a fun revolver. Very accurate, really balanced, and recoil is really nice and tame. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.